Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Matt, or Techlock, whichever you prefer, and today we are back at it again with the second installment in our Forgotten Boy Arden series. And today we'll be mixing it up just a little bit. The first video displayed Arden versus some Grand Hero battles. Today we're going to be taking on two recent Bound Hero battles. We're going to show how Arden takes on Titania Mist Bound Hero battle and also Bartre Fir's Bound Hero battle. And before we jump into it, I thought I would just see how Arden is doing in our 8th resort. And this is about the 4th or 5th time I've actually, okay. See, this is about the 4th or 5th time I've actually jumped into the 8th resort, and he just will not talk to women whatsoever. You see Robin's got her back to him, maybe splashes her. Yep, she hates him. She definitely hates him. And see, he just won't even hang out with them. Even in the 8th resort, he's just walking away. Oh, we see him approaching Celica. And looks like he's just staring there awkwardly. No interaction, nothing going on between them. So, yeah. And now she's walking away. He scared her away. It's really sad. Maybe one day, maybe these videos will give Arden the confidence he needs to approach and actually talk and interact in a normal manner with women. But for now, we're just got to watch him take on these battles. So let's do this.
A true warrior needs only his muscles, nothing else.
I will be a master of the sword. You can count on that.
Alright, so first up we have Bartre Fir's Bound Hero battle. And let's take a look at the Arden here. Basically the same build, the only major difference is that there is now Distant Defense 3 on a Sacred Seal slot. Now we still have our MVP dancer Olivia with Res Tactic. We also have Lean. She has been upgraded to have Drive Res 3, or Drive Res 2 in her Sacred Seal. Now we have Veronica. No major differences to Veronica from our first video. Again, Live to Serve is a seal that was just thrown on there from some time long ago. Really had no direct impact on making this video or clearing this map. So we're going to readjust our units here a little bit, put Arden down. We're going to use the mountain and the bridge there as our focal choke point of this map, and basically use Arden's brick wall defenses to cause a stockpile right there. So as we see, we're getting our units in range on this first turn. I don't believe there will be any movement. So now we have the Res Tactic buff into effect. We're moving Veronica down so she gets her Close Defense 3. So Arden will get the benefit of her Close Defense 3. And now we're moving Arden into position, giving him that defense tile for added defensive bulk. And finally moving Lean down, giving him the Drive Res 3, just helps him take on that blue flying mage. So as I mentioned earlier, we have now created quite a bit of a stopgap there on the bridge next to the mountain. The flyer is going to pose a threat here, but as we see, we have Arden take care of Fir quite seamlessly, and because of his low res stat, he's going to draw all the mages over towards him. So now we're going to give him a little bit of his HP back, his most valuable asset, have him take out that blue flying mage, and so now the biggest threat on this map is gone. We're going to use Veronica just to help Arden out here a little bit, get rid of that bow unit, and then once Veronica attacks the blue or the red flying mage, she buffs up Arden and the surrounding allies and debuffs them. So now I took way too long explaining that phase. So what we're going to do here is get some quote-unquote chip damage on this lovely blue armor unit with Veronica, just to make it easier, because if we had Arden trying to take on this blue unit, it would take us literally all day. And you'll see it's going to take him a lot. It's going to take him a pretty significant amount of time to even take on that blue army unit later on. So here we have now reduced the red flyer down to a very low HP, and now we're going to start dealing some knockout blows to some of these units. So we will dance Arden with lean. And that's going to be all she wrote for this blue mage. So let's watch as Arden takes her out. Bring Veronica down, getting the Windfire Balm. So it buffs up all the units here, and that's going to be very important for Lean to tank that Armor Mage. And while I was talking about Lean's tankiness, we saw Arden dispatch of Bartre fairly easily. So right now we're going to move all of our units not named Arden out of the way, and we're just going to let Arden kind of slowly chip away at Big Boy's HP over here. We're going to put him on the defensive tile to help Arden's survivability. Now, because of the buff from Windfire Balm, Arden's going to be able to put a slight, and I mean very slight, hurting on this blue armor unit. So, like I said earlier, we're going to be here for a little bit watching Arden take out this blue armor unit. Yes, I could very easily take out Arden with Veronica, but you know, that just wouldn't be as fun as watching our boy Arden over here slowly but surely whittle down his HP and then finally have him victorious over this blue armor knight. So yeah, there's another 3 HP gone. Armor unit is down to 14 HP. So, buckle up, kiddos. We're going to be here for a while. So, while we're waiting for this to happen, I thought I would kind of speak about the Grand Hero battles. I've been pretty shocked, to say the least, that obviously last year they brought out the 2 rotations of Grand Hero battles, and we got a lot of orbs and a lot of content trying to complete them with certain types of teams, whether it was cavalry, flying, armored, or infantry for the first round, or certain blessed units for the second round. So it truly has been disappointing now that I think we do have enough Grand Hero battles to create maybe a third round of a third weekly rotation for Grand Hero battles. And I'm sure there's something else I could do if they wanted to use Beast Emblem. They've certainly given us enough free units to almost create an entire Beast Emblem if they want to use the new blessings they've given us. There's a lot of stuff that they could certainly use to make that content interesting and kind of give very unique rewards and kind of challenge players the way that we were similarly challenged when these Grand Hero battle rotations were first introduced into the game. I remember I spent a lot of time whittling down and trying different strategies in order to be able to beat some of those Grand Hero battles with all flying teams or all armor teams. So I will admit the wind blessing or the blessing quests were a lot easier than the specific team comp quests, but still they were fun regardless. So now, after my little rant about that, we are back to watching Arden whittle away at this guy's HP. He is all the way down to 1 HP. So it's now time for Arden to deliver the killing blow. And we have been sitting here for about 2 minutes watching Arden go back and forth in this guy. So this will be very, very satisfying. First he takes the 1 hit and then finishes him off with a massive 3 damage.
Not here.
What to do? A battle of strength. You do realize who you're talking to, right?
I'll try my best.
We are now moving on to Titania Mist bound hero battle. So as you can see, we've made some changes to her Arden. He's always had swap, but now we will be needing swap for this battle. Steady Stance 3 and Worry Fighter are still being used in those two slots, but we now have Panic Ploy in his C slot and HP plus 5 in his Sacred Seal slot in order to take full advantage of that Panic Ploy. As always, we have our trusty dancer Olivia with that Res Tactic 3 in her Sacred Seal. We have now traded out Lean for normal Azura, and she's going to be using Defense Tactic 3 in her Sacred Seal slot. Finally, and as always, we have trusty Veronica. You will need to be adding, or we will be adding that HP plus 5 seal in order to tank a hit, and then she stole Drive Res 2 from Lean since the last battle. So here we go. For the first time in my life, I managed to set up the team where I don't have to readjust starting positions once I get into the battle. So instead of readjusting, we're just going to go right into the battle. So let's throw down Veronica to weaken this flying sword unit. We will dance Veronica back out of there and leave her leave Azura to tank that flying sword unit. Now we're going to be moving Arden into that tiny space, and he's going to be getting the the res tactic, the defense tactic, and the drive res buffs from that spot. So yes, it is very strategically planned out for all the units to be where they are right now. So first things first, we're going to heal up Arden's most important stat, HP. We're going to weaken that Red Mage Flyer with Veronica, get some buffs on our team and debuffs on the opposing team. We will now buff up Arden, and Arden is ready to fully take out the one danger that can get past that cliff right there, which is the Red Flyer. One swing of the sword, and the Red Flyer goes down. So right now, we'll be letting Arden just tank these hits like the brick wall he was built to be. Blue Mage, so close, but just couldn't do it. Titania's, there's no way she's going to even put a dent in his armor. So he takes care of her very easily. This might look like it's good to go on the offensive, but right now we are going to back up. We need to regroup, give Arden a little bit more HP. And right here is where it comes into play. The HP plus 5 we put on Veronica earlier. So if you do not have the extra HP on Veronica, that blue mage, the blue Cavalier mage, will be coming up and attacking Veronica and killing her outright. So now that she would survive that, the Archer comes up and attacks her and allows her to live. So she's going to weaken down the Archer as well as debuff the Archer and provide buffs to Arden, allowing just enough stats for Arden to completely wipe out this bow unit right here. So now we're going to dance for Arden, have him take a sizable chunk out of the blue Cavalier.
What can I do?
And instead of trying to heal up Arden, we're just going to have Arden take out the blue Cavalier altogether. And he's at pretty low HP, but nothing that he can't tank from Mist. And at Veronica's low HP, if she moved down to heal him up, the blue Cavalier would certainly have taken her out. So now all we have left to do is heal up Arden for the final time, give him some buffs, get Veronica out of there because her HP is still at a very small amount, and we will let Arden continue to chip away. Well, I shouldn't say chip, take chunks out of Mist's health. So that was her last valiant effort, if we can call it a valiant effort. So we're going to move in for the final blow. She has Miracle, unfortunately, with only delaying the inevitable at this point. So one final dance from Olivia, and this battle is over. Well, that wraps up the second installment in our Forgotten Boy Arden series. I really hope you enjoyed the deviation from the Grand Hero battles of the first episode. In my personal opinion, I think the Bound Hero battles are a little bit easier than the Grand Hero battles, but don't worry, in the next episode we'll have Arden coming back and taking on more GHBs. But let me know in the comments, what do you think is easier? Bound Hero battles or Grand Hero battles? And hopefully by now you've seen the summoning session that I did with my brother for the Hero Fest and CYL1 and CYL2. If you like that, let me know. And also, based on the content you've seen of mine, if you've liked it so far, if there's other content you want to see from me, and if you managed to stick around this far, please throw me a like and a subscribe. It really helps out. Thanks. Have a good rest of your day.